Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Sunday Bunch live. Everybody's happy after yesterday's result. Joining us on the panel tonight, we've got Terry, Gary and Jacob. Terry, how's your day been?
Aye, it's been champion. Happy days. Just watched Arsenal win as well, so it's even getting better.
Well, speaking of Arsenal, we got our resident Arsenal fan.
I knew you'd come to me straight away.
Well, no. No, you always
to get it off your chest.
No, you go mad when we call you an Arsenal fan and you kick off. And you was the first one in the group
on the chat. Yeah. I was, to be fair.
So we'll have none of that. How's your day been anyway, Jacob?
But fantastic. Even better watching them lot from 12 miles up the road lose on their home turf last minute as well. Watched it in a pub full of gooners. Fantastic result. Brilliant. It made the roast dinner after taste a lot sweeter as well. So
fair enough. Somebody else has already said that. I'm sure they have. Gary joins us. Gary's not been with us for like ages, but welcome back, Gary. How's your day been?
My day's been good. Yeah, spot on. Although I'll refer back to Len Shackleton. You lot are too young to have heard of that fella. You know what Len Shackleton said? He's not biased against Newcastle. He didn't care who beat them. So I'm the same. Arsenal, Liverpool, who cares? Always makes for a good day.
Gary, I love you already. Saying that we're all too young. I like that.
Good old Len Shacks.
That doesn't get said to me very often. Listen, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat if you wish to do so. Already on there. Las Palmas Mackham is always first up. As he is again tonight. Weathers is on there. Ian Brown, Stephen Thornton, our very own Emma is in there. And, well, it's like we say, it's happy days. Before we start, though, we do want to say a massive thank you to wolfcompetitions.co.uk, our channel sponsors for this season. So thanks to them for that. So yesterday, then, Nottingham Forest, not Notts Forest, they don't like that. Nil, Sunderland 1. Start with you, Gary. How confident was you before kickoff? I mean, was you fairly confident or what?
You know, anybody who knows me, Phil, he'll tell you I'm not. When our club's concerned, this is obviously ingrained into me. I'm definitely not confident normally, but I fancied us yesterday. I fancied us to get that sneaky win, which is what happened. Actually, because we've been playing so well. And because from what I've seen from Forest, they haven't. But also, we've got a good record at City Ground. Our first Premier League away win was down there. I've seen it down there a couple of times do well. So, yeah, I had a sneaky suspicion we might get something out of it. But I've got to say, second half, I was convinced they were gonna pull an equaliser back. But yeah, I was confident, and that's unexpected. But you know, that's the kind of summer we've had, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I've got to say, I mean, I never bet against Sunderland, and I didn't bet against Sunderland, but on the Fanalysis app, I did put us down for a defeat, actually, so I'm very sorry. I know, Terry hates it, and I'm the most positive Sunderland fan going anywhere, honestly, but I mean, it is what it is. Terry, how confident were you before kick-off?
Well, I predicted a 1-0 win, and I predicted a 1-0 on the Fanalysis app. So, yeah, I mean, I'm never confident, just hopeful. But Nottingham Forest have made the right cock up by sacking Espirito Santo and putting Ange Postecoglou in charge. He's hopeless. You know, he's definitely the worst of the two. So they've only made a rod for their own back this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good move by West Ham, snapping him. I think he's a superb manager. I really do. And, I mean, it was a fallout, wasn't it, with the owners. I'll come to you just now, Jacob. Alan Gardner says, evening, lads. Tony Lee is on there. All right, Monkey in the team. Everybody's buzzing. Even Coffee Goblin saying Sunderland in a title race. How are you? Jacob, were you confident before kickoff? I mean, would you have taken a draw before kickoff even?
I mean, to be honest, I know Forest have had a mixed start to the season. I was slightly on the fence. I thought, even though was it Nuno going and Ange Postecoglou coming in, I thought his first home game in charge, I thought they would have a new manager bounce effect. And with Ange, playing his sides like to play with a high press, play a high line for the majority. I thought that would suit our players a lot in terms of them coming onto us compared to what we've seen from the previous opponents we've had in the 6 games we've played so far. And a draw wouldn't have been a disaster, but I think the way how the game panned out, considering the fact that also a fair few players that played the other day for Forest were involved in their 2-2 draw of Real Betis in I think it's the Europa League. Yeah, they're in the Europa League, aren't they? Not the Conference League. Yeah, they got put in that, and it was a good opportunity for us to take advantage of some tired legs. But a smash and grab 1-0 win. If you'd offer me that before kickoff, snap your hand off right now. Probably our defence is the most underrated area on the pitch right now.
And I suppose we capitalised on, the amount of times a team play in Europe and then they come back and then they lose, and it's exactly what happened. Down here, Keith Peverley on the chat says, good to see 4 happy smiling faces. That's because Dino's not on tonight. Dino's down at the Belfry. He's playing golf, or so he has been. And
this time.
I bet he's watching the Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
I've been watching the Ryder Cup, spanking the Yanks in their own backyard. That's what I like. Coffee Goblin's back on again, playing with us down here. Do you want next season in the Champions League? Oh, behave. Right, just very quickly, we've got 96 people on the stream at the moment. If you can just hit that like button, hit the thumbs up. We like to try and get 100 likes if we can on a Sunday night. Just do that. And more importantly, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It's free. So just do that and take a second to do that, and that will help the channel out. Starting lineup, then you saw the starting lineup. Reinaldo out because he was suspended. Were you happy with the starting lineup when you saw it, Jacob?
I think it's probably the best he could have gone with, to be fair. I was predicting before, I thought he might have gone with a 3 and played with wing backs, but I'm so happy we didn't do that because, like I mentioned at the start, Ange teams tend to attack you from minute 1. They don't normally sit back when they are leading. They do try and push for the second and third. And obviously, it's a very underrated partnership, I'd say, between Alderete and Mudakili right now. Obviously, Ballard came into that when we were defending the lead, but at the same time, I think that like Chris Rigg trying to fit, I think he's looking to give Rigg some minutes, more minutes than usual, considering Habib Diarra is going to be out till December. I felt a bit sorry for Rigg when he was taken off, but I think it will just take him time to settle with the quality in this division. But yeah, overall, I think it's probably the strongest team we could have put out the other day. I feel from my ender as well, not starting, but I think Isidore, with the goals he's scored, I think he's the main man to start up front right now. And Mazuaku was a little bit shaky at times, but yesterday, obviously, he's our main choice at left back because of Reinaldo's suspension. But I think over time, because I'm not sure how much of a pre-season he had, I think it will come with more minutes he gets, the better we'll see from him.
Right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat down here, Soulful says, Terry, where's Winty and Raimundo? Have you not got them in your bedroom there?
No, not in my house this weekend, no. They're in the cupboard. I've been there at Christmas.
Were you happy when you saw the lineup then, Terry?
Well, I knew that's what it would be. Let's face it, he doesn't really, he only goes to 3-5-2 or 3 at the back if he has to. And that's his preferred choice, isn't it? The 4-3-3. So it was definitely a no-brainer to bring Mazuaku in at the left-back position because obviously Ronaldo was out for 3 games. Being a silly boy. I thought Mazuaku did okay when he come in at left-back. Yeah, a little bit shaky, but I thought he was solid. So a little couple of mistakes, but I don't think there's no other really. There wasn't much else you could do apart from put Lafay in the middle where Rigg is, and then obviously move. Well, actually, Rigg was more on the right, wasn't he? So that's probably the preferred choice. There's not much else you could do, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought when he came on against Villa, he was a lot better. I thought he was. I thought he made quite a few mistakes. He gave the ball away quite a few times, I thought, yesterday. But we did the job. Gary, when you saw the lineup, was you happy with it?
Yeah, like Terry said, I wasn't really expecting too many changes. I agree. I think they're obviously wanting to give Rig a chance. From what I understand about his mentality, he's got a really good, head on his shoulders for such a young lad, and he's obviously desperate to play. Probably a bit surprised he's been brought in as early as in the season, but I thought he did okay. He does get caught sometimes. I mean, he was victim of I think it was second half, a shocking tackle, which he wasn't even get a foul for. But yeah, he puts himself around. He's tidy. Just maybe he's a bit naive sometimes. I was worried. I don't know where I got it from, but I thought Lafay might have been out again from injury. So I was really pleased to see him in there. And yeah, like you said, expecting Mazuaku to come in instead of Ronaldo. The rumours, what I'd heard is he can be a bit suspect in defence, but he looks decent going forward. And I think yesterday kind of confirmed that, particularly from the booking onwards. He looked a bit shaky, but when he did get down the wing, he put, I think, at least one very good cross in, and looked good with his feet. So yeah, kind of was expected. Nice to see 09 back on the subs bench as well, by the way. I don't know how many opportunities he'll get, but it's good to have him around for sure.
Yeah, it was good. Emma in the chat says, happy to see Luke back on the bench. Alan Gardner says Mazuaku was pants. Emma's saying, why Wilson over Mienda? Wilson more an impact player. I don't know. I mean, I think Wilson's earned his start for in my book, I think. Chris Carter Jackson on the chat says, what do you guys think about the three at the back? Dan, Omar and Nordi. You need a battering ram to get through those three. I mean, it is good. Our defense, it's like built the defense, and we've got a solid defense. I mean, we could do maybe banging a few more goals in, but at the end of the day, if you don't concede any goals, you're not going to get beat, are you? We started well. I thought we started well in the game, and then sort of they got into it. Do you think our game is we prefer to have less possession? Do you think is that how we prefer to play, and then sort of hit people on the break, Terry?
Well, yeah, it's 100%, isn't it? You've got to be solid at the back. That's what we're going to build our foundations on, getting some real sort of physical players at the back, which we've got. Aldereti's a physical player. Mukele's a physical player. We all know Hume's physical, and we're just like on the left hand side, Ronaldo exactly the same. They all know the job, and that's what we've done. We want to get a solid base first, and we're going to be like the old Arsenal George Graham, where we're going to win by one goal. We're not going to score a lot of goals in games. We're going to sneak a goal and defend, and that's what we do. Because at the moment we had that low block, and we tried to do the counter style and football, and I think it's working really well. Xhaka is really controlling the midfield. That's got to be the signing of the decade, if not. I don't know how many years since we got a signing that good, but what a coup to pull that one off, because he's just a general in the middle, and some of his passing yesterday, and he's just controlling the game and leadership skills and none. So that's going to be for the season. This season we've come up here and we've decided, because teams have come up, played open, getting stuffed, getting relegated straight away. We need to come up and get points on the board and do it the dirty way if we have to. And I think that's what we're going to do for the majority of the season. And it's working wonders. It's took me by surprise this season, and may it long continue.
I think it's surprised a lot of people, to be honest, and for the good, obviously. Gary, do you think that's our best way to play then? Have less possession and sort of it teams on the break. Do you think that suits us better?
I kind of, with some of the signings coming in, I thought that might be almost the club's starting to become the club's DNA a bit more. I mean, we've seen it, haven't we? And particularly in the Premier League, it's become a really effective tactic. But of course, you can't do that unless you're absolutely solid at the back and prepared to soak up pressure. So from yesterday, that's actually probably the most impressive thing, is that we did soak up a lot of pressure, and we were able to deal with it. And actually, during the game, I mean, I was panicking like mad second half, thinking, this equaliser's coming. But truth, looking back at the highlights, there wasn't actually maybe one or two really good saves from Roofs, but actually we defended brilliantly. We were just getting everything out. And by the time we brought Ballard on, I can understand, Jacob saying he wondered if we'd go to a 3 at the back, because when you've got those 3 together, I mean, that's a hell of a defence to get through. And I'm not sure that we'll start like that, but I think when we're under the cost, we'll definitely revert to those 3 because they're formidable. And we've already said, Nodi and Alderete together. I mean, if we've ever had 2 better centre halves playing for Sunderland, I can't honestly think I've seen them. I can't. And they're both just Rolls-Royce footballers to me. And I don't want to get carried away, but legendary status for both of them Beckonings if they can keep this up. So yeah, I think the club in the last couple of years maybe have start to think a bit more about our style of play and looking to counter teams. To be honest, I think that's just good practice. But also, we're not afraid to put a cross in. And again, I'm seeing maybe more of that in the Premier League. Teams are prepared to put it in the mix a bit more, which means we've got to defend, but we've also got to get players in the box when we get a chance to do that. So yeah, we're mixing it up a bit as well. But I think that's the basis for us picking points up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Quickly go to the chat. David Williams says Gertruda was only on for a few minutes, but looks like there's something about him. Coffee Goblin is saying, how did we sign Alderete at that price? We'll be fine off interest in him. Was it 10 million we paid for him? I think
around that, yeah,
something like that. So yeah, it's all looking good. Jacob, do you think we prefer to play with less possession? I'll do Jacob down. I'll come to you, Terry. Sorry.
Well, to be brutally honest, I think Reggie's always set up his teams like that. Even when he first came in, he's the first Sunday manager I've seen in a long while that's happy sort of to concede possession early on in games and work out where the opposition's strengths are. And he's sort of a manager also that likes these scenarios of, even if it's also the first London team I've probably watched in my lifetime where if we do go a goal down, I'm not nervous at all because we've got a tactical genius in the dugout. I love Reggie to pieces, where he just seems to love these scenarios of, right, let's put my managerial skills to the test. How am I going to get out of this situation tactically and get us over the line? And in last season, it was probably more about what am I going to do to get 3 points? But now it's just about getting a result and obviously coming out of games without defeats. And even yesterday, obviously, we went a goal up. Bringing Ballard on, going to a 3 at the back was the final piece to the jigsaw. I just knew that them 3 as a partnership at the back, as a back 3 rather, will be able to contain Chris Wood for the rest of the game, and it worked to perfection. It worked to perfection really, really well. But also, we were unlucky. I did agree with Talby had a bit of tired legs towards the end. Him bringing on Adingra and putting him on the left-hand side, it worked well on an attacking point of view as well. So, yeah, Reggie knows what he's doing. He's a very smart-minded, charismatic figure we've got, and I'm blessed to have him. I just love him.
You are, Jacob. We're all blessed to have him, actually. Terry, you was one in there.
Yeah, I mean, Alderete came from, I think it was Getafe, and they play exactly the same style of football over the last season or so. And Alderete's been such a good player for them, so he's fit into the style of football exactly. He knows exactly what to do, how to play the game. And for me, one of the best signings. Tremendous.
Just very quickly, back on the chat, Tony Lee on there, and I think he probably speaks for many Sunderland fan. First time I can ever remember having no fear against playing Manchester United next Saturday. I mean, we will get on to Man United a little bit later on, so we'll do that. Pixel Rich says, folks, hit that like button. Yes, if you can do so. We're on 54 likes at the moment. We'd love to hit 100, as we like to do on a Sunday. Take a second to do so. If you're watching on a mobile device and you've got the live chat on, just close that. You'll see the thumbs up. Hit that, and let's get those numbers up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not already subscribed. It's free. to do so, and we'll love you forevermore. Right then, lads, that free kick which led to the goal. Your thoughts when you first saw it, Terry? You're on mute, by the way. Good man.
My initial instinct when they went for the challenge, Hume sort of did that. I thought, oh, he's giving away a free kick. So I thought it was a free kick to Forrest. But then when the referee turned round to give it to us, I was like, oh, what's happening here? And then obviously yellow card for obviously simulation, I think it was. So yeah, I was over the moon with the free kick. But I don't know if you want to talk about the free kick now or a bit afterwards. Up to you.
Well, we'll go at the free kick after we've got this this booking out of the way and stuff like that. I mean, again,
he never touched them. So it was simulation.
No, well, first seeing it was only, but even then, it only came out that it was big for simulation. I think in the second half, it's like because I still didn't. I mean, if that had been against us, then we'd have been going mental like the Forest fans were.
Yeah.
Gary, your thoughts on the free kick when you first saw it?
When I first saw it in the ground, we were quite low down the away end, so I honestly didn't know what he was it for. Just looked to be a 50-50. The play carried on. I didn't see the Forest lad had even gone down. Having seen it back, I think the ref got it absolutely spot on, and all the pundits and Sky were absolutely wrong. He didn't touch him. A couple of angles show that there's no contact whatsoever. There's no contact when Hume first goes in. There's no contact on his foot, like they were trying to say afterwards. And when you look at was it Dominguez? He's just jumped. So spot on for the referee, absolutely perfect. Got it right, and Forrest got with it deserved. I mean, he said we were going nuts the other way around. I might do at the time, but when you look back, it's the Forest lad who's tried to do the referee. He got all he deserved from me. No sympathy whatsoever.
Yeah, 100% agree. When it was pointed out, it was simulation. That's exactly what it was. And the referee, credit to him. I mean, he was in a good position to see it anyway, but credit to him, booked him, gave the free kick. The Forest fans have got nothing to complain about. I mean, it's like I said, when I first saw it, I thought if it had been against us, I would have been up in arms. But yeah, 100%.
Philly, just quick one to jump in. Is like somebody said, and I don't know how much notice refs take of this, but after the Hume tackle last week on Rodgers and the noise that was made about it afterwards, obviously what we don't want is Hume to get a reputation and for refs to be watching extra close. I think it's worth saying that I'm glad the ref wasn't influenced by that from last week. So from Hume's point of view, I'm glad the ref gave that decision.
Yeah, because you're right. To be honest, I mean, there's a lot of that goes on, and they can get influenced by it. Terry,
was the referee not told by VAR straight away to go and check it? Like basically he's dived, sort of thing. Because I don't know how he sort of walked away, then turned round all of a sudden.
I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Jacob, your view on the free kick. I mean, you was down there as well as was Gary.
I mean, like Gary. I mean, we couldn't, from where I sat in the ground, we couldn't tell properly if it was a foul or not until we watched it on someone's phone at half time, because obviously there was no screens in the there was screens in the concourse. Sorry, but I've missed it. But yeah, I was I was quite surprised with the decision the referee made, to be fair, but at the same time, I do sort of agree on what Gary was saying. I actually thought, the referee had a decent game yesterday. I thought there was a couple of skeptical decisions where, Forest is one of those grounds where if the crowd's on it, they can really influence a decision. I thought the ones where he could have potentially bottled it, I thought he'd done well to handle it, to be fair. And obviously we'll come on to, I'd imagine Philly will come on to the actual VAR decision that led to the goal in a bit, but I thought for the rest of the 50-50s across the game, I thought he handled them really well, to be honest.
Jacob, look, I mean, you say VAR decision. Lucky Till I Die. Oh, you're on about the goal.
The goal.
Yeah. Lucky Till I Die says there, no, Terry, VAR cannot intervene unless it's a red card, a penalty offence. They can't intervene on yellow. So there you go, Terry. That's put a right on that. All right, then. Well, the goal, then the free kick. Obviously, something that they practiced on the training ground. I mean, you know, the lads did block the Forest defenders coming through, which left Alderete in all that space. But Gary, your thoughts on the goal?
Well worked, wasn't it? I mean, Forest a bit asleep as Villa were last week for the goal, but you know, all credit to our lads for like you said, there was a bit of blocking going on. Isn't it great to see us really threatening at set pieces? How many times over the years have we seen, you know, we win corner after corner and then we give them away, we play short, and we're terrible. I think we did get set piece coaching in the summer. I don't know what the guy's name is, but I've seen a big change on that this season, and all credit to the club for getting that bit right, because yeah, we looked dangerous at set pieces, and it was beautiful ball. Yeah, like I say, Forest have not watched Alderete, which is criminal. There is just the weird thing about it is, again, from the other end of the ground, there's a real delay. You'll see it on the telly between the ball hitting the net and the Sunderland fans cheering, because I think we didn't realise it was over the line.
Yeah,
well, to be fair, there was a delay watching it on the telly, because it was like, you know, it just seemed to, the angle on the telly, when you get the side angle of it, you can see it's the goalie and it goes in. But when you was watching it from the angle on the telly, it was like you was waiting, as with the crowd. I mean, the cheer, there's a definite delay when it's like that. So, and that was on the telly. That was watching it on the telly. That there was a delay going in there. So, I mean, in the ground, I can imagine it being even worse for you. Jacob, then your thoughts on the goal, and I suppose going to it did go to VAR as well. Your thoughts on that?
Well, it was well worked. Obviously, a routine they've practiced on the training ground. The free kick from Xhaka was just perfect amount of weight on it, and really good header into the ground from Alderete. Obviously, Sells, the Forest keeper, will watch that back. He'll be probably a little bit disappointed he didn't keep it out, but it was a weird mood in the away end, Gary, when it went in, because we obviously, as soon as the celebrations began, I could see the referee just doing this straight away, and I just knew. I was like saying to the people sat around me, "Don't get your hopes up here. You know exactly what this is going to be when the referee
stop celebrating. Everybody behave yourself."
It's hard. I don't like it. I just want what football was before VAR, when you just know you can just celebrate without any fears going in the back of your minds. But when I watched it from a TV perspective, I don't even know why it went to VAR. To be honest, clearly on the line. I mean, I don't know what angle the linesman was looking at it from, but waste of a time.
Was it not the holding back of their defenders, because it did definitely block them off? You know what I mean? So was that not what it was? Terry seems to be watching the Ryder Cup there. We just had as Europe just got another one there.
Aye, fucking McIlroy got a point back, so it's level with McIlroy and that Scottish Scheffler.
Come on.
Well, sorry to bother you, Terry, then, but what did you think of the goal and the VAR? Go on, your thoughts on it?
Well, I thought the goal was amazing, to be honest. I thought last week Alderete almost scored with a header. It's great to have two centre backs who can score with a head. It's not just Ballard now. It's Alderete who can do the business as well, you know. And he's got a bit of. It just looks very skillful. And the ball before the free kick, before that free kick, they had a similar position, and Lefebvre took it. And it didn't do anything. This time, obviously, Xhaka said, right, I know what we're doing this time. He dinked that ball over and just ghosted in behind the defenders, onside. And like you say, I was watching it on TV as well. When he scored, I was like, did it go in? I didn't see the ball go in the back of the net, and I was like, whoop. And then when he started celebrating, I'm like, get in, he scored.
Yeah.
Brilliant free kick. brilliant header. The guy's awesome. And I knew there'd be there's always a VAR just in case he's offside, but he timed it perfectly. Timed it absolutely perfectly.
Right, okay. Lucky Till I Die says in our last 4 games, Zaka has gotten 3 assists. Miles Percival says he was in Quinn's bar watching the game, and it seemed ages before they realised it was in it. Just the angle of it just was like this. SJ says we got one of the best set piece coaches from a championship club, didn't we? Is he not the Portuguese fella then? Is he not? Is
what the lad who came in the summer?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. We should, I suppose, really, if there was a proper channel, we would have done our homework and we would have told you things like this. But you know, we're just 4 chances having a go down here.
Billy, I'll find out for next time, which on my current rate will be about 3 years from now.
yeah. For when you're next on.
It's not as if we work for Sky Sports, Philly. You know what I mean? We're just like 4 blokes having a chat on YouTube.
All right, okay, all right, fair enough. We're not really chances. Don't worry. You get back to the Ryder Cup. Were we worthy of our halftime lead then? Because I mean, we did start well, but Forest did get back into it. Jacob, were we worthy the 1-0 win? Do you think we had the upper hand?
I'd say so. I'd say I think we were just tactical, as I mentioned earlier on on the show tonight. We were just tactically spot on, set up to see out the 1-0 win. Every time one of Forest's more creative players got the ball, our midfield was able to pin them in and close them down with the likes of Xhaka and Siddiqui, coping with the quality that they were going to offer by, trying to press them and win the ball back. We done it really well, and tactically everyone, particularly second half, was spot on yesterday. Absolutely spot on.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, SJ says, "Who's watching golf, man?" Well, to be honest, I mean, golf's terrible to watch. However, if you've not watched the Ryder Cup, I mean, the Ryder Cup is well worth watching once every 2 years. So, Gary, were we worthy of our halftime lead then, or do you think we was a bit lucky or what?
I wouldn't say we were lucky, but I think it was a tight first half. I know we'll go on the second half, but yeah, I mean, bottom line is we created the chance and took it. So yeah, we were worthy of it. I think what I'm really enjoying this season is seeing us play teams. Just look at the last 3. Palace, Villa, and Forest. People say we've had an easy start, but there's 3 established, decent teams. One of which won the FA Cup. The other 2 are fighting for European places, and we've matched them. Okay, people say they're out of form, they've changed manager, whatever, but we've matched them for long periods. So yeah, I think we were. We looked good. We were in control for long periods. Wilson had a good chance early on. I mean, fair's fair. If Wood had been on form, he could have got a couple. He had a good chance in the first half as well as that one at the end of the second. But yeah, I think we were worthy of it. I do, because I think we're dangerous at set pieces. I think we look good going forward, look good down the wings. I would say there's probably, in terms of style, we're quite similar to Forest in some respects. But yeah, I think we did. We took them out their own game, really.
Yeah, what I didn't like on the telly was that chance early on from Wilson at the door. He was saying, "Oh, he should have made more of that." I mean, that's nonsense. He did really well to get the shot away on the turn, hit it, and it was only just wide. He was starting to curl the wrong way, but he was saying, "Oh, golden chance missed and all that." And I thought, "Yeah, you're talking out your body." Terry, just very quickly, were we worthy of our halftime lead, do you think?
I don't listen to the TV pundits. I do my own live stream, so I'm not really bothered about what they say, because they all talk a crap of what.
Sorry. Actually, I wasn't listening to them either. I had your commentary on, and as I was watching the game. So.
Oh, right, okay. I thought we were. I thought at the end of the day we were just the better side in the first half. I thought we kept them at bay quite comfortably. Our defenders were much better, and they didn't really create a real lot. I mean, I never really thought we were threatened, to be fair, in the first half. I knew the onslaught would come in the second half with us being in front. But I thought the first half, yeah, I was over the moon with the goal, over the moon with the performance. One or two stray passes every now and again. I mean, you know, young Chris Rigg, he's just new to the Premier League. He made one or two little mistakes in the first half, but he'll learn from that and get better with that. Mazawaku, I thought Siddiqui didn't deserve the yellow card, mate. That was the thing the referee got wrong. That was not a yellow card for me. That was his first challenge in the game. So that cannot be a yellow card. You know what? I mean, let's face it. Hume gave away a free kick last week, never got a yellow card. I know he got the ball first, so really he shouldn't get a yellow card. But Siddiqui, he just brushed aside him, so it's never a yellow card. Mazawaku, yes, got a yellow card and probably deserved his manhandling of the player, but he's not had many minutes. He's not had much pre-season, so he'll get better as he gets more game time. And I thought he defended quite well in the first half, Mazawaku. He got a bit tired towards the second half, which hence he was substituted and we moved to a back three. But overall, at half time, I was quite happy.
Right, okay. Look, just very quickly, we're going to have a word about our sponsors, Wolf Competitions, and this will give Terry a chance to catch up with what's happening in the Ryder Cup. All right. Once again, we'd like to say a massive thank you to our channel sponsor for this season, Wolf Competitions. You can check out their site at wolfcompetitions.co.uk. If you haven't been on there yet, you want to check this out. All sorts of prizes you can win. Currently at the moment doing the Halloween chances to win 66 pence to enter that. If you want to get yourself on that, loads and loads of different competitions. You can win on there. Premier League, the Premier League wheel. You get yourself on there as well. Check that out. £2 entry. Find yourself, if you land on a certain football team, there's different amounts of money you can win. Superb site. If you've not been on yet, we have loads and loads of winners. Every day we are changing lives, giving money away. Loads of chances to win. You can even go on the £1 million wheel. £1 million. I know it's just madness. Check it out. I just scanning through here. Have a look what there is. wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Check it out. Be a winner. And once again, thanks to Wolf Competitions for sponsoring SEFC Fan TV for the whole season. Who was that? The Hearts man. So don't forget, of course, Wolf Competitions. There's a link in the description if you want to go and have a look. Honestly, we get loads of people winning on that. So give that a go. And like we say, thanks to Wolf Competitions for sponsoring the channel. Second half then. Again, I thought we started brightly like we did the first half. Forest then made changes. I mean, were they the better team second half overall, Gary?
Yeah, for me they were. I've said to a couple of people, I think Forest, certainly in the second half, looked like the best team played this season. Again, you know, maybe some of that is just the element of panic out in the second half because we were trying to keep the lead. But yeah, I think their league position is false. I think they're a good team. Obviously, when they brought the likes of Gibbs White on, he's a good player. He gets around. He's got a pass in him. Very influential. So yeah, you know, if we've been honest, I think they deserved probably to get an equaliser. Yeah, I think they're a decent team. They've got some danger up front, and looked solid right across the park. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they had, and I think they definitely had it. From our point of view, as much as I love to see us with that rearguard action and defending for our lives and the commitment that we're getting from the players, which is absolutely top class, brilliant to see. My criticism would be we kept giving them the ball. We were defending for our lives, but we did keep giving the ball back to them. A couple of times it looked dangerous. I think there was one with Traore. And of course, there's that great chance where Gertrude looked like he was going to do an Eder maneuver and go through the middle and score.
Yeah, what a run.
Which was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
If I'd gone in, goal of the season already. But yeah, we kept. My criticism would be we were just giving the ball away too easily, and I think with a bit more nous and a bit more experience, we'll learn the value of not daring to do that, because other teams might well punish us for it.
Yeah, and not only giving the ball away, we gave the ball away in dangerous positions as well. A few times, I thought. But I mean, fair play to their manager. I think he saw. I do think when we came out second half, I thought we started like the first half, and he's made them changes. And Terry, Forest the better team second half.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, let's face it, they're going to push forward. They need the equaliser. We know what we were about. We're going to do this low block and defend with 3 blocks, and I just thought that we defended really well. We got the bodies behind. We made some mistakes. I mean, once Hume had the ball in the box and he nicked it off him. But I mean, that's going to happen in games of football. You're playing against a good quality side that's in Europe. Aston Villa won today against Fulham, so we played them last time. They're in Europe. Crystal Palace, 3rd or something, or 4th in the league. So we played 3 good teams last week.
In 17 as well.
It's not going to be easy, but we defended really well. And when they got past the back line, we had Robin Roofs there to make some amazing saves again. It's not just the ball's ricocheting off his body. He positions himself absolutely perfect in the right place. Big stature, high sort of structuring. He just gets his body in the way. So, that for me, they only had one clear-cut chance, and that was a Woods header towards the end where he should be hitting the target. But if he hits the target, Robin Roofs makes the save, and we still win 1-0.
I mean, I know Xhaka got man of the match, but without a doubt, Robin Roofs, as he has been, all season, we're going about Alderete being a good buy. I mean, Robin Roofs has probably been our best buy. I think he's been absolutely superb. Jacob,
I think we also need to speak about. I thought Siddiqui was brilliant yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. I think him in that holding role alongside Xhaka, brilliant, fantastic. He's just got so much desire and hunger to win second balls, even if he does lose it straight away from the off. And he reminds me a bit of a Kante role in the middle of the park, to be fair.
Yeah, and he's doing it week in, week out now as well. He's starting to produce it, so that's pretty good. They made the changes. They were the better team second half. You say that, Jacob?
Sorry, what was that again, Philly?
I'm saying they made the changes. It made them the better side second half.
Yeah, I think that obviously they had to throw everything from an attacking point of view. Obviously, looking at the play, was it Hudson-Odoi came on, Gibbs White came on. They were trying to get, obviously, and sort of tweak their system to try and get him on the ball a lot more. But I thought their most underrated player on his day. I really like the look of that Elliot Anderson. I think he's got a bright future. Obviously, he done really well in the last England squad. Got a beautiful assist in one of I think in the Serbia 5-0 game. But yeah, he at times we struggled to get the ball off him in the middle of the park. But I think the likes of obviously Woods and Gibbs White and obviously McAtee and behind that, we done well to keep those players quiet, to be honest. And yeah, really, really good from our point of view to obviously keep you. I just knew from that, as Terry mentioned, after that Chris Wood header, you just knew it was going to be our day, and Forest luck ran out at that point.
Well, yeah, I mean, now he didn't score that. I mean, Victoria would have scored that one. I mean, it was just, that was, why shit, yeah, Terry?
Because Robin Roofs saved it. He was in the right position again.
Yeah,
he got the near post.
Victoria would have
got the near post. Roofs would have took his cigar out of his mouth and just pushed it on the corner. Caught him with one hand. He would have caught him with one hand.
Listen, man, I tried to do a couple of dad jokes on here, and all you have to do is like shoot them down. Honestly, I'm just trying to put a little bit of.
I didn't even know it was a dad joke. It was that bad.
Yeah, well, there you go. Did us getting the 3 points then? Did that boil down to their inability to score? Was it just our really good defending? Jacob?
A combination of both, to be fair, but I'd say more our defending, to be honest. And even though at times when we were properly under the cosh in the last few minutes, even Xhaka was slotting in as an extra centre half to cope with their dangerous crosses they were putting into the box towards Chris Wood, and we just were able to ride those storms of pressure really well late on in the game the other day, which is going to be valuable because obviously I think Gary mentioned this earlier on. In terms of the teams we played so far, not Gary, so Terry. Obviously, we've come up against decent sides. Crystal Palace, I think, unbeaten in their last 17 games. Villa are a great side on their day. Brentford, by the way how they've started, it's proved to be a valuable win. But against a big test, particularly away from home against a big six.
Oh, Jacob, are you in Michael Bowers' house? Oh, he's got Bowers' internet. Bowers, come out of there. I know. Right, well, he's even...
Are we back?
It's even frozen on his sex face. Oh, he's back again. Here he is. All right. So...
that was a bit of joke. Really, that was a bit of joke. How are you? Come on. I give you credit where credit's due.
Philly and his awful dad jokes. So.
All right, man. All right. Leave it be, man. I'm old. Right then. Our brilliant defending or their inability to score, Gary? Is that why we got 3 points?
Yeah, a bit of both, but I agree with Jacob. They're our defending. I mean, when players perform like that, what I mean, tackles, headers, getting back behind the ball, I just love to see that. I think it was Quinny who said it at Sunderland. The same noise that gets, the same appreciation you get for a goal, you also get for a tackle. It's right, isn't it? I love to see players with that level of commitment to the shirt. And they did it in the second half. There's so much pride in the team, and they talk each other up. But to see them fighting like that to get the 3 points and knowing what it means, I think is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, we've already praised the two centre halves and Ballard when he came on. The midfield was scrapping. I thought we let them get too many crosses in, but once the ball was in the box, we fought really, really hard for every 50-50. And I think one of the things about Roach is obviously he gives the back foot confidence. I think that's quite obvious. And at the end, the players went running to him, thank him for his contribution and his performance. So a lot of camaraderie amongst them, and the scrapping for each other and the scrapping for the fans. You know what? That's good enough for me. That's just irrespective of the result. To see that, I think it's absolutely awesome. So yeah, great defending and all credit to them. I mean, 2 weeks, say 2 weeks running, 3 weeks running, whatever. We scrapped at Palace against a very good team. We played 10 men against Villa, and we had to do it in the second half yesterday. So yeah, great stuff. Just love it.
We've said it a few times on this channel already this season. We look like a good Premiership side. I mean, I think most fans were sort of not dreading playing in the Premier League, but I just think we thought we're going to be absolutely having to scrap for everything, and I just think we just look comfortable. I honestly, I really do. And it's a pleasure to watch them. Just very quickly before I come to you, Terry, on this, on the chat, Taffy Mackham, one of our regulars, Danny, says Ange wins a trophy in his second season. That's what he does. A championship trophy this time, apparently. KTM says can't see Dan Ballard getting back in the team, to be fair, with our two centre halves. Their class down there. Well, that remains to be seen. Terry, was it our defending or their inability to score? Is that why we got the 3 points, or what are you saying?
100% of the lads, man, defending was amazing. There's a real camaraderie this season, a real togetherness, everyone pulling everybody's weight, pulling each other's weight, carrying each other, working together. Just, you can see it every time they win a challenge, every time they do a good block or a save. Everybody's right up there, giving it all this. The pack mentality. We hunt them down in packs, and we're not going to be able to do that every game. I know we're not going to we'll come with some good teams like Arsenal, Liverpool. We may struggle against them, but we'll give them a good game, and we kind of win them all. And we're going to lose one or two games, but just that kind of the way we battle and the battling spirit and the way they're fighting for each other, they're gonna win and draw more games than we lose doing that. And I think if we continue with that, we're definitely going to be safe in the Premier League. And even though we can get carried away and have a bit of a laugh and a joke saying, "Oh, top 6, this, that, and the other," the main priority this season is just surviving in the Premier League for the first season. And anything else is a bonus. Anything else is a Brucey bonus. But no, the team has done what we've done so far in the first 6 games, got 11 points. Absolutely amazing. I just loved watching a team like out there. There's not many together where they are really together. And I watched the Crystal Palace Liverpool game yesterday, and Crystal Palace had a million more chances against Liverpool than they did against us. We defended so much better.
Can we get a little bit carried away though, Terry?
Oh, inside, yes, we're getting carried away, but you don't want to get too and see it, because as soon as you say something, everything comes crashing down. So one game at a time, just take the plaudits, take the wins, take the draws, and be excited after the game. Then you move on to the next game.
Right. Well, we've got it in the title of this this live anyway. 29 points to go, and I think if we, I think you're right, Terry. I think if we aim for that, and then anything else, I mean,
we'll get safe first, then we'll go for it.
We've all got our silly bets on, like my bets and things like that. But
I've got my bet on for the top 6 just for a daft laugh.
Well, mine's the top 4, so there you go. But never mind.
Safety by Christmas, Champions League by Easter.
Oh, well, you've been drinking, and you've been watching your beloved. You've been watching your beloved Arsenal.
We deserve this. We deserve this optimism, Philly, though, for what the stuff that the club's been through in the last decade. It's just so not. I know I can understand what Terry was saying, taking it one game at a time, but enjoy it. Literally,
yeah, let's enjoy it. Gary, you want in there?
Yeah, all this. I don't know what it was, whether it's the other lads getting carried away or whether it was that Victoria Wood joke earlier, but I'm starting to get quite excited as well here. I'm just a bit cautious about sharing this, so don't quote me on it. But I'm getting a bit of a feeling of that first season back in the Premier League. Yeah, back in the Premier League under Reedy, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
And even though we got 105 points the season before, a lot of people writing us off early, and you've been promoted, you'll struggle, gap between divisions and whatnot. And they remind me a little bit of that team in terms of scrapping and picking up points and hanging around in the top 10. And people say, well, it won't last. Let's enjoy it while we can. And if it wasn't for a second half of the season collapse,
after Christmas,
we'd have been in Europe and we were competing. Then we start to look like a really good team. Now again, one season to come. We've got AFCON ahead. It's a different division. I don't want the lads to get, sort of like worn out with the energy we're showing in every game. But I've just got that feeling that this is giving people we're giving people a scrap every game now. And we are looking competitive, which, I couldn't have dreamed of 6 months ago. So, yeah, bring it on.
Right, okay. Terry, I'll bring you in first because you want to be in, and then we'll go to you, Jim.
Last night, watching the football, the last 20 minutes or whatever, you just get so nervous. I was shattered at the end of the game. I'm punching every ball away, kicking every ball away, heading all the balls away. I was just exhausted at the end, but so happy. It's absolutely amazing from where we've been in previous seasons, in League One, struggling to get out of League One for 4 seasons, to where we are now. This 5-year plan by the owners, what an achievement they've done. I've been critical of them over the years, but at the end of the day, you give praise where praise is due, and they've been absolutely amazing. They've got it spot on so far. Absolutely spot on.
Jacob, try and keep it brief because I want to try and get Man United in if we can. Go on.
I just feel that there's just something different about us this time compared to the Premier League sides that we've had over the years. Obviously, Terry mentioned this about the players just willing to fight for everything, go through blood, sweat, tears just to get over that line. And teams will fear us coming to our ground this season with that atmosphere. I'm talking like the big six, like City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. They will be fearful. You have to be on it literally for 90 minutes to withstand the pressure and the atmosphere coming from the crowd. And I just think, we've got players that have got so much, haven't even hit their peak yet, who've got so much potential, and over time it will click and we will go up a level. But I do agree, though, let's take one game at a time, but we deserve absolutely all this enjoyment we're getting at the minute, considering what we've been through in the last decade.
Thanks for keeping it brief, Jacob. Well done. Just very quickly on the chat there, Gary Hoyle says Jacob's enthusiasm is addictive, and as a glass half full supporter, he's got me dreaming again. Colin Major said, Jacob, I fully agree, and in the words of a late great Big Davy, let's get carried away, man. Yes, let's get carried away. Right, try and keep this brief because we've got literally 4 minutes. We've got 93 likes. 7 more people hit that thumbs up. That'll get us to the 100. Do that first. Man of the match from you, Terry. Man of the match yesterday.
Oh, I mean, I liked Alderete. I liked Xhaka. I liked Robin Roos. But I'll give it Alderete. Just Alderete because I just thought, it was awesome at the back.
Jacob, man of the match.
Alderete for me, brilliant.
Fantastic. And Gary?
Yeah, 3 for Alderete. I voted for him last night, and see no reason to change my mind.
Right, fair enough. I had Xhaka not because they picked him. I had him. I thought he did an immense job. But yeah, Alderete was superb. Look, Man United next week. Normally, we're like, oh, Man United away and stuff like that. And like somebody said on the chat at the start, Tony Lee said, first time in ages, you're not really worried about going. So here's a question for you then. Right now, this minute, would you take a point, Gary?
Least.
Choose wisely.
At least a point. I put it this way. I checked the bookies odds earlier. We're 11-2 for a win. And I'm thinking I'm putting some money on that. Even Man United fans, I know a few of them, they're surprised by. I think 7-2 for the draw. So, yeah, not like me to be positive, but I fancy us to get something there. At the very least, I'd take a draw. Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
but I think we can win down there. I really do.
Yeah, my mate's a Man United fan, and he's saying they're there for the taking. Jacob?
I'm more confident literally going to Old Trafford next Saturday than I was going to the City ground yesterday.
Would you take a point though, Jacob? Would you take a point now?
I disagree. The last few times I've watched Man United in terms of the way they set up on a big wide pitch at Old Trafford, and with the counter-attacking players we have and the pace in our side to catch them on the break, I reckon we can do them. Really, I know I've got so much confidence it could come back to bite me on the arse, but it just has the feel. Man United are not the Man United of old anymore. People need to realise that. And it just has the feel of like now it's like a mid-table fixture, to be honest. And I've got bags of confidence that we'll get a result next Saturday. I really do. And it will be, I think we'll get all 3 and it will be the last game in charge for their manager. I think he's on borrowed time now.
Right, okay. I was going to get more questions, and I'm going to come to you, Terry, but Jacob likes to string it out for us there.
It's the confidence, man.
People are saying we want 3 points. Well, we could want 3 points. I'm just asking if you would take it. Taffy Mackham says yes, 100% take a point. Terry, would you take a point now?
No, but I know he won't take Man U for lightly because they're a good side, and regardless of the previous results, they've got good players. I mean to say, not so much a good side, good players. I'm going to say something really ridiculous here. I think a 1-0 win, but I'm going to predict a 3-0 win.
Right. Well, I was going to go on prediction. I'm going to put your 3-0 in there already, Terry. Yeah, there's loads of stuff we're not going to get on here.
For the head coach to get sacked.
Yeah, well, that was another thing. I mean, he sacked in the morning, and That could very well be something. And loads of things I was going on about. You know, can't get too carried away. It's still Man United, and that, you know what I mean. It's so at the end of the day, right? Briefly, Jacob.
Where I'll feel a bit on the fence about next week's fixture, if Man United decide to get rid of Amorim this week, and what sort of effect they'll have with whoever's going to take temporary charge for next weekend, if it comes to that.
Well, yeah, okay. Prediction for next week, Jacob?
I'm going to go for... I reckon there'll be goals, I think there'll be goals next week. 3-2 Sunderland win. I know it's bold, but I think it's going to be a brilliant game of football overall.
3-2, we'll take that. Absolutely. Well, Gary, prediction?
I'm going to say 1-1, and that's me sitting on the fence, basically. No, I think it'll be tight. I think we can make their crowd nervous. But yeah, I'll go for 1-1. I'll try and be sensible.
All right. Oh, we don't like sensible on this channel. I mean, I'll work that out. You've been on an hour. I thought you'd have worked that out by now. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sunderland win. I'm going to go for loads of predictions coming in on the chat before we go. Coffee Goblin, 3-1 to us. Taffy Mackham says that Man United are going to beat someone 5-0 soon. So we hope that's not going to be us. Terry Huntington, Terry spot on. 3-1 Sunderland, 2-1 the lads. David Williams, 1-1 SJ, agreeing with you there, Gary. 3-0 same as Terry. That's Stephen. 4-1, 2-2, 1-1. There's all sorts of predictions coming in, but we have run right out of time there. Listen, lads, thanks for coming on. Thanks to everybody for watching. Terry, if you'd just like to say bye to everybody, if you would, please.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your week. Get ready for next weekend. Happy days.
Good man. Jacob, sign out as you normally would.
Bye-bye, everyone. Enjoy the happiness and optimism and confidence around SCFC right now, and most importantly, keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Get out of my pub. Gary, just say bye to everybody, will you?
Bye, everybody, will you?
There you go, man. Hey, right. Listen, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, please, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And once again, a massive big thank you to Wolf Competitions. Check them out, wolfcompetition.co.uk. Go and win yourself some money. They are our channel sponsors. And if you are a member of the channel, then watch for your name in the credits at the end. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.